as I said earlier, a typical HR forum, a lot of HR guys came and told us a lot of stuff, COVID, pre-COVID, post-COVID, what do we do, how do we do? But now we're going to really hear it from the horse's mouth to say, first of all, great amount of kudos to you guys, the way you're really interacting with people, helping them out, get out of the situation. So big kudos to all three of you. And obviously we couldn't really have, at this point in time, Emily join us, but Emily sent across a video. So Emily, thank you so much when you hear the recording. A big shout out to you as well, Emily. I do understand you're going through a personal exigency. May strength be with you as you take care of that situation. So let's start with Dr. Nandkumar. Nandkumar, let's look at this, right? In India, we had lockdown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then unlock 1. And now we see the virus hasn't really gone away. The virus is still there. But everyone's out there on the street thinking that, oh, it's not going to happen to me. It will never happen to me. I am absolutely strong, fit, and healthy. So being a doctor, seeing the number of cases that are coming up, what's your advice to people? Stay cautious, be careful, take it easy, go out, don't go out. What's your blanket advice to everybody at this point in time, given that the government has gone out and obviously eased restrictions a bit in green zones and amber zones? Of course, red and containment zones have some stuff, and that categorization is done. But the government will do as much as the government can do. As individuals and as a doctor in the field, what do you recommend?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you and everyone else who spoke earlier, that the number of counts is on the rapid rise within India. So the most parts of the country, the numbers are increasing. And I am sure most of you by now would have understood the lockdown. The basis of the lockdown was to ensure that we don't give it a blast upfront. And it also gave us extremely important time for us to basically understand what exactly the situation is and what it may involve over a period of time. As Angelina said, this is new. The pandemic is new. Nobody knows till date 100% of what this involves. So there's quite a bit of learning that happened over the last 8 to 12 weeks in terms of how this virus is behaving, what sort of inclination it can have depending on how the human behavior is. So we have some sort of an understanding. What needs to happen is in terms of getting a breakthrough with a vaccine or a concrete medicine. And that is definitely a few weeks, if not a few months away. So the initial lockdown period actually said to us that you stay at home, do not come out, for the simple reason that you don't transmit the virus if you have got one, or don't get one from people who are exposed to the virus. Because there's quite a bit of travel that happened in the initial few weeks. People were stuck abroad, stuck in a different city, stuck in a different town, so they had to get back home. So quite a bit of travel happened. The system had to get into place.
Yeah.
So that was the important aspect to start off. So now we know that we need to do certain basic things. We have to do them very, very strictly. I agree with Sahil. There's nothing like you should not go out or you should stay back home. But you need to get out of your house only if you really need to get out. Meaning, if you need to do something really important, then you get out. The government, as Mr. Nair said, cannot do beyond a certain limit because the economy needs to survive as well. Because the whole of the difficulty can come with somebody having a morbidity or an illness from the virus, or a mortality, or as in a death. So when the economy goes down beyond a certain extent, there can be a lot of difficulties pertaining to health, economics, and then eventually life. So when the economy is opened up, so one has to strike a balance between doing the work and creating the economy, keeping the economy afloat, and also ensure that you take very key precautions to ensure that you don't transmit or get the infection from another person. So
absolutely.
I'm sure there'll be a few more questions as to what one needs to do. We'll